Hello, Benji.
Hi Dana, how are you?
Fine, these are quite unique days, which we never thought that would come, but it's a good time for us to talk. Everybody who's listening, I'm with Benji, who's co-founder of a company called Myinterview. Benji, how are you these days?
It's very, very interesting times. I mean, yeah, to be with all of us sitting here, sitting in our own houses, having to relate to a world which is really together in this tragedy. Really, it's been quite extraordinary to be a part of this unique set of events.
Exactly what I think what you're talking about. Everybody feels that, and the fact that we are talking today is a good mention for what's important in life for us to continue communicating. I'm here with you since your company does something that a lot of companies can really appreciate these days, and I would appreciate if you can talk a little about your software.
Absolutely. So my interview is a video screening solution. I actually came up with the concept of my interview with my business partner, Guy, back in Australia. And the main premise for the business is we were looking for jobs ourselves. We were graduates from university and looking for our first kind of step into the process. And we noticed that all that we had to tell employers about ourselves was meant to be summarized onto a A4 piece of paper that's called the CV and that hasn't changed in a number of years. And we felt this was very unfair. So we decided we need to do something about it and to really show that there's more to people than just the set of skills and experiences which are very summary looked at, and there's a bigger picture there. So we created my interview to be a way for employers to be able to get a holistic insight into the candidates, so see those hard skills as well as the softer skills, which are crucial for roles, and we do that through one-way virtual interviewing. It's a very seamless experience for candidates. They can do it at the comfort of their own home. They usually take no more than 15 minutes to complete. So it's just a very simple video solution, which is helps people to be able to do this crucial screening remotely and also to get the most out of their applications.
I know a lot of people are now using all those video softwares like Zoom, Skype. What's the difference between your software and what's happening right now in our field?
Absolutely. So the key difference is that our interviews are all one way. Um, it's very interesting times that we're in, and I think that um, a lot of the job market is experiencing a lot of demand for the roles that are still hiring. So there's a lot of people applying for those roles, and it's very hard for employers to be able to speak to everyone face to face. It's nearly on impossible, and our real day job is to work with those high demand roles, so roles where there are lots of people applying for them. So the difference is that on Zoom and Skype, you have to be present on the call. And with my interview, we walk the candidate through the experience at their convenience, and at the recruiter's convenience as well. So it's all virtual. And we're also taking a whole lot of different insights from those videos, which you wouldn't get from a Zoom or a Skype.
Mhm. We had a little conversation about your software and your agenda is we talked about a lot about the difference between a video and a CV.
Right.
Can you explain? I think for being a part of the recruitment model for the last 20 years, I see a lot of change. And one of the most important changes is that we cannot look at the CVs as we looked at them 20 years ago. But you're talking about video. So what's so good about the video?
So the video tells you a much deeper story than the CV does. The CV can also be um, can be interpreted very, very differently depending on who's reading it. So you might have gone to a particular university or worked at a particular firm, and those experiences, whilst defining and definitely do paint a picture of who you are as a person, because it is your choices that you've made in life, but it doesn't tell the full story. It doesn't tell you, it doesn't say how good you are at those jobs. It doesn't say how passionate you are about working in those jobs. It doesn't tell you how motivated this candidate is to get the job done, how efficiently they can communicate their story and who they are. All of these things are missing. And in today's day and age, we're seeing increased numbers of people coming out with tertiary educations and degrees. And this isn't necessarily the be-all defining factor in people. There's a whole lot of substance and personality there, and training on the job can be a lot more valuable for retention as well. So, you know, taking someone who's got the right tools, got the right soft skills, and investing in them and training them and building them up means that you keep that employee longer. You have a loyal employee who's going to enjoy coming to work because they know they're being invested in, and you're going to see much higher output from such a person. So it's very important to take the full picture into account, because you couldn't be missing out on top stars who are going to be exceptional for your business, but you might not have even considered to bring them into a face-to-face or a phone screen.
Great. I can really understand the difference when you're talking about it. A little bit about the benefits during the selection process. We talked a lot about that point, and it seemed like there's a lot of data and a lot of potential candidates for some positions, and sometimes it seems like you might as a recruiter put somebody on hold, which could be a very good candidate. So how does your system does that? How does the system work?
How does the system work? So we understand that that this is an industry in the job market. You need to be quick with your offers if you're looking to employ someone, because it's competitive and other people are going to take your candidates. They're not going to wait around forever. So it's crucial that when you're looking to start hiring, that you get a great funnel, or you engage a great recruiter, and you're able to make offers on those candidates as quickly as possible, because a candidate will favor their first offer over the rest that come in, especially because people want to get a job. So so part of the software that we're doing is how do we speed up this process? So instead of having to watch lots of videos, which we do recommend doing, but how about we recommend the relevant videos to begin with? So what we do is we take what the candidate's saying, the speech to text, and the candidate's tone as well. So you can tell a lot from tone, such as confidence, and if there's a logical tone as well. And we work with behavioral psychologists to put together these various models, and we've done correlation testing. So our software works similarly to doing a psychometric test. One of those 300 questionnaires that you have to do usually takes 40 minutes. So we work on correlation studies so we can see, okay, what do these candidates say, and how do they present themselves, and what is the correlation between their personality assessment that we compile, and then how does that information relate to the type of employer and that particular role. So we get employers to complete a short questionnaire on a Likert scale of how much they agree or disagree with personality traits they think are relevant for their role. We also combine that with studies that we've done with behavioral psychologists to what personality traits fit for particular roles quite well, and that just enables us to flag candidates to say, this person's really hits on the mark. They know what they've spoken about. They've touched on all of the key terms that they needed to discuss. We can see there's a lot of substance there. They've got a good Big Five personality component for this particular role at this particular company. You should look at this video. So it's reordering the stack with a lot more information than you would just have from, let's say, watching a video straight, and also from any other source.
Okay, it gathers a lot of information that can be very helpful for the recruiters. Everybody talks about AI, especially in recruitment. So it's like, what's the next big thing in our field? Benji, as a founder, how do you feel these days? Do you feel, how's the market? Do you feel that things are getting worse or worse? You're working, what's your team situation now? Are you working from your offices or from home like everybody else?
Yeah, so we're working from home like everyone, and it's hard times, to be honest. We speak to a lot of clients and a lot of prospects who come to us, and business isn't what it is, and I think that it's mostly driven by complete uncertainty. No one knows where we are and what's going to be in the coming months. I think that the optimistic amongst us can see that this is just a period of time, and that as soon as this time is over, everything's going to get back to normal. So I think that's quite an encouraging thing. And at this time, we're all working remotely. We're currently a team of 9. It's 9 of us. We're very engineering heavy, so we invest very much in our product. And fortunately, we're able to continue to develop our product remotely at this time. But I don't know about you, but I also feel like remote working is going to be something that definitely continues post this. And usually when you...
I really feel the same. Yeah, I think the last couple of days made me look at the reality in a different way through the video. So it seems for me it's like I'm missing the human touch. But on the other hand, whenever I'm talking with someone like you, it's like, okay, everything is okay as long as we have this communication. It's okay. So it's like therapeutic for me. I'm guessing like part of the reason we are talking now is to see that everything is okay.
Absolutely. I agree with you completely. It's like we crave that human interaction. I think it's totally normal. And I also think that people will see that they can trust employees to work from home. And I think we've already seen an increase in flexible working. And I think this will create more of that. I know many of us, many of our staff have kids, which is hard, but
yeah, it would really accelerate the numerous ways people can work from home, from a lot of places. I really feel the same because we are getting used to that. We were used to the human touch. Now we are getting used to a new phase. It would definitely change the workplace and the world that people are working at. iTalent, as you know, is part of a large community of recruiters, especially in the tech field. We talked earlier, and Nirit, our BizDev, told me that you would really like to give people who work with you a good offer